With life lessons, you gotta take the good with the bad, obviously. So today, as part of my reflection series, I'm giving you guys three bad games, sports games I've been to in person, and three good ones. So we're gonna start with the three bad. And when I do this, I'll usually do the third one is the least worst, and number one is the worst. Well, number three, December 18th, 2018, Pacers Cavs. We was winning the game up until the last second when one of the Cavaliers players, I think it was Rodney Hood, pushed Oladipo and tipped in the shot to win the game. Very crappy, obviously. Being there in person, it's like you think it's you're gonna win the game, all of a sudden, oh shit, and it comes to pass, unfortunately. Number two, worst game I've been to in person is the 2004-2005 Richmond High School basketball sectional final against Muncie Central. That was a period of time where I was the manager for the men's basketball team and stuff my junior year of high school. And we had the Mr. Basketball run-up Freaknik Dominique James. And we was up by 4 with a minute to go, then lost the lead and the game and the sectional and stuff to end our run. Quite short of what we had hoped to. We had hoped to at least make the state finals for the first time since 1992. Unfortunately, the team that was the seniors' big year, and unfortunately, Richmond didn't make it back to anywhere near the state finals until semi-state in 2011-2012. I think is the year that they went to semi-state and lost. And the worst lost, or the worst game that I've seen in person, number one, is 2012, Game 3, NLDS, Reds versus Giants. That was the first Reds game that I've been to. I've been a fan all my life, obviously, and we was getting ready to sweep the San Francisco Giants. Only in the 10th inning, the third baseman that was getting ready to retire, I forget his name, obviously, but dropped a grounder and later allowed the winning run to win the game for the San Francisco Giants. We ended up going on to lose that series in the next two games. So, and those are your three bad games I've been to. Now here are my three best games that I went to. Now, one of these entries on this video is a loss. So, but it was very positive and very awesome. Coming in at the number 3 of best games I've been to in person, number 3, Pacers Thunder, December 13th, 2017. That was my first game of the year that I've been to because I missed the first months of the season because I had just missed the fan zone. Not missed the fan zone, but like I didn't even make the finals that year, so I was kind of still dwelling over that, obviously, because shit happens, obviously. But anyway, we had just got Oladipo and Sabonis in the trade with the Thunder, and that was Paul George's first game back in Indianapolis since he got traded earlier in the summer. And that game was fire, man. Even though we lost by 5, Oladipo showed everybody how good of a player he really was by keeping us in the game up until the last minute, and we ended up losing by 5. But man, awesome game, very memorable game. Best games I've been to in person, number 2, 2013 first round of the playoffs against the Atlanta Hawks versus Miami and Pacers. That was actually the first Pacer game not the first Pacer game I went to in person, but like the second and third game that I've been to that I actually was able to enjoy fully, because the first game I went to was with my high school and shit back in 2008, and they kind of sucked at that time and wasn't too memorable. But anyway, Paul George has 23 points, 11 rebounds, and I think 10 or 11 assists, and he became the first Pacer since Mark Jackson. I think, since 1997 to have a triple-double in the playoffs. So right there's your number 2 game. We ended up winning that game 107-90. And the number 1 game that I've been to in person is opening night of the 2016 season, Dallas Mavericks and the Pacers. Paul George was still with our team at that time, but we just hovered around 500 that whole season. But that was the first year that I made the Fan Zone Finals because I hadn't tried out for it before, and it was disappointing to unfortunately just miss the cut and knowing at the last minute. But anyways, the reason why this makes this game most awesome game that I've seen in person is because the way we finished down the stretch. Miles Turner hit some big threes, then a dunk at the end of overtime to seal the game, and the crowd went freaking wild. I went wild, man. I was standing up in my seat all the way up in the freaking balcony of Bangerside Fieldhouse for the last 2 minutes of the game, the regulation and overtime. So pretty much there you have it, everybody. The 3 best games and 3 worst games I've been to in person. So I believe this might be the last reflective video that I have since Mercury retrograde is coming to a close. So there you have it.